What up, Chicken Nuggets? Tyler here with Tarver Cards. This is a Sports Cards Are Dope podcast. Like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about March Madness. March Madness. And in this, we're going to be looking at the men's and women's NCAA tournaments through the lens of the sports card hobby. And we're going to talk about some rising stars, potential investments. I'm not telling you where to put your money. This is not an investor thing. Don't listen to me about money. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Telling you what I'm thinking. Tell you what I've already bought. I'm not pumping and dumping because I only got one of each of these cards. And how I think the sports card market can shift because of the madness in the March. Why did I say it that weird? I'm sorry. I apologize. So number one, March Madness 2025. Let's look at the big picture. You got the men's tournament, you got the women's tournament. And now we are talking about the women's tournament just as much or more than the men's tournament. I can name more athletes in women's college sports basketball than men's college basketball. Sorry, I got Cooper Flagg. And then I got the dude from Rutgers that I met at that one event. What's his name? Titus and I took a picture with him. Dylan Harper. Boom. 2. Got it. All right. So with this, and we've seen this change the past couple of years, which is awesome. One, for the sport, but also for collectors, because now we have two sides that we can sit there and collect and try to invest in and follow for multiple reasons. So both tournaments, we all know, are held in March and then sometimes roll over in April, but we don't say April Madness. We don't say April Madness. April Fools, but not April Madness. That happened in San Antonio. You got some in Tampa. Honestly, for me, it's become more than like basketball. It's like this huge moment for sports and in carryover the sports cards market, especially with the women's cards growing in popularity. Hence what I'm wearing right now, Caitlin Clark jersey. So let's look at this. Okay, how about this? The players changing the game on the court and in the hobby. I think it's pretty obvious that if we're looking at the dude side, Cooper Flagg with Duke. I know he had an ankle injury, but they say he's going to be back pretty soon. He's probably the most hyped prospect since, I'd say, Wembanyama. It's like Zion, Wembanyama, Cooper Flagg. Those are the three. Like, we're literally, all the teams tanking in the NBA right now, I call it capture the flag. I think somebody else said it and I stole it, which is not copyrighted, so I can do whatever I want. So it's called capture the flag. They're just trying to get it. Hoping for the Wizards. Jordan Poole, Cooper Flagg. Oh my gosh. That's the next Shaq and Kobe. That's just Tyler's opinion, but it's also correct. So if you look at his cards, his McDonald's All-American stuff, he's got refractors in there. They're already popping off. That made that hobby stuff go pretty well. Then you also had, some women in there as well that we'll talk about. I think, was it Sarah Strong on the cover of that? I think I pulled her auto out of one of those. But you're looking at these players, and that's like their early cards. I know we consider the first time in their pro jerseys as their actual official rookies, but you are seeing that. Some others to look at, you got Rutgers. You got, oh my gosh, Dylan Harper. He's been hooping there. A lot of people are saying he might be the second or third pick in the draft. A great connector guy who's going to do some good stuff. And then you've got some other guys. You got Hunter Dickinson from Kansas. He's a veteran big man. He's got a solid following in the hobby. If Kansas makes a run, you could see some spikes there. I think the other one's Johnny Broome. I think is how you say his name. He's out of Auburn, and he's one of the most dominant big men in the country. He's got Auburn as a number 1 seed. I don't hear his name all the time. And that's where you're going to see Cooper Flagg stuff. It's already like high. So you're not going to see, you might see a little bounce, but nothing crazy. But if any of these players pop off, we always have one team or one player that's just not as mainstream, as not as talked about, and they jump in the draft, and then they jump in the draft projections. That's where people start picking them up because they want to have their rookies and their autos when they first get drafted to a team. Now, let's look at the women's tournament. You got obviously USC, Juju Watkins, straight hooper. Gosh, she's so good. She's, honestly, the way she plays, and I'll say the second one, Paige Beckers. You got you got Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers. Those are the two right now that whenever I see them play, see the highlights, it's that same electric energy that you saw with Caitlin Clark, where it's just like, you never know what they're going to do, what move they're going to pull. Like Juju, I saw a move where she fell, but kept her dribble, did a move, got past him, and hit the bucket. It's incredible. Who was it? Paige hit that one fader off to the sideline. Buckets. Paige buckets. She's with UConn. She's back. She had injury, but now she's back. She's been back past couple years, playing like a superstar that we all expected. Playing like the superstar we all expected. Her Bowman vest, I got her here. I've got a Juju Watkins auto on card. It's upper deck. And then I've got this one's one of my favorites. I've got a few Paige Becker's Sports Illustrated for kids. I got like a SGC 7 and SGC 8. And then I got this right here. I don't know if you're not on the YouTube, that's terrible because I just held it up. But this is the Buckets die cut auto gold refractor. It's the die cut one. You know, it looks like a bucket, if you will, or a helium balloon. And then it's got Paige B. It's got her autograph in there. It's a gold refractor out of 49. It is sick. It's one of my favorite cards in my collection that I have. And then you've also got Hannah Hidalgo out of Notre Dame. She's been dominating as a freshman, leading Notre Dame in scoring and just steals and pretty much everything. So her license autos are still pretty cheap if you're looking for a name that isn't just popping off like these other names that we've already got. How can the March Madness tournament hype and affect these card values? It's honestly this more than like legends or like long-term investments or players we know are already great. Steph, LeBron, even Asia Wilson. Like if you see these players, you know they're great players. But like as we saw with like the past couple years, Caitlin Clark, she literally not only like helped elevate because people were captivated by her story, how she plays, and everything around that. It helped elevate not only the sports cards for women. Now, walk around, you see, 70% of the tables got women's sports cards on there when it used to be, I would say, less than 10% at card shows that I went to a few years ago. But she's helped elevate the whole sport. Like I think the women's tournament had more viewers than the men's last year. So if somebody can elevate a sport like that, you can obviously have more stars come out of it. And honestly, it just doubles the amount of players from either league that might pop off and people want to collect. So if you're going after this, if you follow college closely, this might be an opportunity for you to go and find them. And here's another trick I use. If you go to any card shows this weekend or next week, a lot of people, myself included, don't update their value boxes very often. If you live near a local card shop, it might be the time to bounce in, find some of their college stuff. And if a player starts popping off, jump in there and grab some of their value cards that might go from $1 to $2 to $20, $30, $40. I had a player last year. She plays for, it was the team that ended up winning it all in the women's on the women's side. It was South Carolina. I can't remember her name. I bought her gold auto. It was like, I bought it for, like $3. And then got it graded with SGC, got a 10, had it in my booth at the Cotton Shed at the flea market. I had it in the showcase. It was I priced it $30. And she popped off, had a huge, huge game in the finals of the NCAA tournament. And I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's talking about her. And I was like, I think I still have that card. It sat in my booth the whole March Madness tournament. Sat there, $30. I went in, found it, stuck it on eBay on bids, and it sold for $150+ immediately I made $120 above what I was trying to sell it for. That might be the move. If you see people popping off, go to your local card shop, go to a card show, go through the dollar bins and see if you can find those players, and then you can sell them in that spike. Just a little idea if you want. If you know any other ideas and you're on YouTube, throw that in the comments. Throw that out there. Spread the love. You're like, but then they'll get the cards I want. What are the chances the people that are in the comments of these videos live in the same area as you? So spread the love, people. We're just giving tips and advice. That's one that has worked for me in the past. So if a random number 10 seed goes off on a Cinderella run, their star players, Bowman U autos, are going to jump immediately. So go find those value boxes and search them. Spend that time grinding. You can make several $100s, if not more, from that if you can act quick. So those are my thoughts on it. That's my tips for you as you watch the tournament. If you see any players popping off, go check those things. That's the biggest tip I can give you. And also, who do you like for the tournament? Who'd you pick? I think I ended up going with Duke because Cooper Flagg's the only person I've heard of in the tournament on the men's side. So, who do you got winning it all? I'd love Arkansas to win it. I got a degree from there. Would love for them to pop off. That'd be great. Calipari. What's his quote the other day he had? He said, they put us in the coffin, but they forgot to nail it down. That quote goes hard. I'm not gonna lie, that goes pretty hard. So who you like for it, throw me in the comments. Love to know. And then what tips do you have for anybody who's collecting either men's and or women's cards during March Madness? All right, guys, stay sweet. It already started. Watch Duke already be out. I'm recording it on Wednesday. I'm posting it on Friday. And I think the tournament starts Thursday. So hopefully Duke's not out. There you go. When I was a principal, I used to, we had a loose concept. We had a lobby area where kids could work on their classes on their computer. And we used to play March Madness stuff on silent on all the TVs. And kids could bounce up and look at it and then keep working. And if they got a little too distracted, we'd have to, make them stay focused. But That doesn't mean like we hit them. That sounded super weird. I'm sorry. We just like made them turn their desks where they weren't looking at the TV, or we turned off the TV. But that was something fun we did. And I always love that atmosphere it created at the school, even if I didn't follow it super closely. Really wish I'd have been collecting cards back then. I'd have had a lot of really good Michael Jordan inserts for a fraction of what they're worth now. So there you go. Thank you guys for listening. Give your tips in the comments, spread the love, and let's help each other out during this March Madness. Y'all be good, stay sweet, and never stop collecting. Sports cards are dope, and so are you. Later.